Hey everybody, welcome back to Park at Disneyland. First of all, if I sound a bit funny, I do have a cold and a cough, so my voice is a bit different to normal. But anyway, so I'm carrying on with the TRON ride. If you haven't seen the previous episode, I suggest you go check it out, as I'm just carrying on from where I left off in that video. So basically right here I am building the portal that will take the riders from the outside section of the ride into the indoor dark ride section. So I'm basically just going to try and make like a fancy looking tunnel that the train will pass through. There is actually like a block break section there before it goes into the indoor bit. So yeah, basically I'm just going to kind of try and make this kind of tunnel look a bit futuristic looking. But also, as I've said before, if you're wondering why this isn't like a booster bike kind of coaster, there isn't actually a booster bike ride in the game yet. So I've just gone for the hydraulic launch coaster, which I think kind of looked the best and fitted kind of what I was going for. If in the future there is a booster bike kind of coaster added into the game, then I would be tempted to go in and actually change the coaster for that coaster type. So I thought I'd carry on with the kind of same design I did on the other section of the ride by doing that round platform. That really just kind of continues what I was going for on the outdoor section over to this kind of launch section. So now I'm just going to plot down the exterior walls just for roughly where the things are going to go. And it was kind of at this point of the build where I thought that it would be really cool to have like a really kind of somewhat themed but like a really cool featured launch area where guests can kind of stand above and look down and watch. And you know, it's quite an exciting area, quite colourful. Maybe it's got quite a lot of activity going on. Maybe guests are quite drawn to that area. You can definitely tell that this is the TRON ride and this is kind of where the entrance is, kind of thing. Basically, just trying to make like a really a drawing point for the ride. So that's kind of what I'm going to do with the launch area there. Before I go on to that, I'm actually just going to do this glass roof. I'm just kind of copying the same style over from the previous glass roof that I built, trying to create kind of a dome looking somewhat kind of complex structure. I'm basically just laying all the glass panels down at different angles and then putting the wooden beams from the dining set as kind of glass structure supports, and then using some thicker wooden beams from Shy Guys 3 there to support the roof up. But that's kind of like the portal done. Now I'm going to go in and do this launch area. So I thought it'd be cool to add this kind of like waterfall and then kind of sink it into like a wall and kind of have it as like a large water feature. And then I've decided to put in some neon launch arrows just to show the direction of the train, or to make it seem like the train is getting faster. As the train gets faster, the arrows get closer together. So then I'm going to create like an overhang. What I like about these Shy Guy 1 set walls is that they're two different colours. You've got one colour on the outside and one colour on the inside. So for building dark rides, you can actually choose like a light colour for the outside and then do the inside colour black. So you don't have to like double up your walls or anything like that. So that's really cool if you're interested or wanted to know that. So this is the kind of platform where guests can look down on the launch. I've just used the same style as I've already done, using those glass half-height walls to create a fence. Now I'm going to go in and use these wooden blocks from the Shy Guys 3 set and kind of create a signed logo kind of thing. Just trying to find the diagonal piece there for the R. So I've used the diagonal piece from the Shy Guys dining set. And I'm just going to use some like coloured pieces just to kind of create a sort of design. Just in case you didn't know what the ride was, there's a big sign above the launch. So So I'm happy with that. I think it looks kind of cool. I'm just going to go in and just kind of do a really random rough station. I mean, the station for this, as I've said like a few times before, like I've started to put too much detail into the indoor things, and I kind of don't really see the point of it, because unless you're going to use the better perspective cam, which I'm not really a fan of, because I kind of find it really hard to control, and also it kind of like, if I delete supports and stuff, sometimes the better perspective cam doesn't quite pick up that I've deleted a support, and then all the stuff that I try to get rid of appears back in that view. So I like to stick to the isometric view. So sorry, as I was going to say, you would never see the inside of the buildings and stuff unless you were going to go inside with the better perspective mod. So for those kind of playing it on the isometric view, which I do, I've stopped putting in tons of detail to the inside of my buildings, mainly because the more stuff you put into the park, the more that the game lags, and obviously it's a real pain when you're trying to play it and look around. So I think the less I put in the indoors, then the less the game has to lag. I mean, there's already a lot in it anyway, especially with like the Space Mountain and all those kind of rides that I've put in the indoors. So I've just tried to keep it bare minimum with the indoor stuff. I know on this ride I did put a few little things in, like the neon arrows and all the different kind of tunnels and stuff, but I guess it's not really too much. I mean, I did go a bit overboard with this queue line with the glass roof, but in the future, in this park, when I built, for say, like I did the Haunted Mansion, I literally just did the facade, and I didn't even do anything in the inside, because I could if I wanted to, but no one's going to see it unless I left the roof open, but I'm not really keen on that idea. So I'm just going to start leaving the insides now in this park, just because of the lag, basically. So I'm just putting down the walls on the outside. This is really simple. I'm just kind of following the kind of rough shape of the track and where it goes, just to kind of create a not so square building. I think square buildings are really boring, and it's good to have a little bit of shape to them sometimes. So I'm going to put down a black roof, just to match the black walls on the inside, which completely goes against everything I just said about adding extra stuff for lag. This was so unnecessary at the time. But yeah, just done a black roof, and then I'll go over the top of that with a grey roof. I kind of sometimes go into like Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 mode from the good old days of playing that game, where I used to like double line everything, so that when you rode the ride on the inside and stuff, that it would all be black. And I kind of forget sometimes that you can't really do that on this. I mean, I guess you could use the rider cam mod, which is actually pretty cool. I quite like it. Again, it sometimes shows up some stuff that you maybe deleted, like unwanted supports and stuff, and they show up again. But I mean, it's a pretty cool mod for riding the rides and stuff. At the time I built this, that didn't actually exist. Well, they did exist, but it broke, and then they've done a new version now on Steam, which actually works. But yeah, so I mean, if you were going to do that, then it would all be black in the inside. But again, I didn't really need to do it. But yeah, I'm just going to go and put this grey roof on top here. I've yet to add kind of like the vents and stuff on the roof, you know, like the AC units and stuff. I will go back and do that. Actually, it's something that I forgot to do on this building, but I will go in and do that at a later date. So I'm just going to close the gap between the roof and the walls. And I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to join the side of this building up to the people mover, which is actually up in the air there. The station is at a higher level. But yeah, so that is basically this Tron ride almost complete. There's just a few little details for me to add. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Join me next week, where I shall be continuing with this Tomorrowland area and kind of joining all the little things up, making it all cohesive and one land before I move on to the next part of my Disney park. So if you've enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. And also, I've just added a couple of screenshots at the end, just so you can see kind of what I did in today's episode. So I'll see you all next time. Bye!